And to me, I feel like this says something about Bazel's personality. He has no clue that he's an annoying little bastard. Hey music friends, this is Davi Vasc, I'm a music composer for games, and today we're going to listen to and talk about the theme for Bazelgeuse. And since a lot of you have been asking me to react to more Monster Hunter World music, today we're going to listen to the world version of this theme. Let's go! Very suspenseful intro. Okay, there's a lot to take in here. First of all, this intro here. See the quick notes on the violin? That immediately leaves you in panic mode. And you can't even tell what chords he's doing here because he's intentionally omitting some notes. On one hand, the violins are playing these notes over here. It's this. And this is just a basic happy chord, but then this heavy brass comes in. And it introduces a new note that turns it into a very tense chord. So it's very ambiguous. And then this. And to me, this is the genius of this theme. This, to me at least, doesn't sound like a soundtrack to Bazel itself. This is a soundtrack to what Bazel thinks he is. And in his mind, he's the hero. Everything is about him. Doesn't matter if you're going on a quest to hunt a Raytheon or whatever. It's going to be about him. He's a over-dramatic, attention-seeking little bastard. And it sounds so dramatic, it sounds theatrical even. It's like he's on a big stage. And another interesting thing about this part is that these chords right here are a very obvious resolution. And resolution in music just means that there's a tense chord followed by a tension releasing chord, or a home chord as we call it. So that's why it's called a resolution, because the tense chord proposes tension obviously, and the home chord releases it, resolves the tension of the tense chord. And usually they avoid this kind of obvious resolutions in battle themes like this, because resolutions obviously release tension. But for Bazel, he's not worried about any of that. He's worried about his big entrance, and so all the tension and the suspense that was building up before is for the purpose of this, his big entrance. It's like he's standing on a stage saying, "Yes, it is I, Bazel." Okay, so they're building tension now, and there's an interesting contrast here. Listen to how fast the violin notes are. And meanwhile, the chords are actually stationary. The chords are just doing this. So, at the same time that the violin notes are super chaotic and give you that sensation of urgency, the chords are just standing still, and it gives you that sensation, where is this going? Some very disturbing chords here. And if the beginning of the song was the suspense building and his big theatrical entrance, now he's actually letting you know why he's here, and you can tell that by the harmony. Sounds so heavy. And listen to, again, the violins on the side. They're doing something like... And this combination of instruments with high-pitched violins really fast on the high register and low heavy brass on the lower register could have a connotation similar to what we talked about on the Valstrax theme. It could be the violins symbolizing something like taking flight and going up into the sky, which Bazel does a lot, and the heavy low brass symbolizing something dangerous and ominous and big and heavy, like Bazel. This part is oddly emotional. So good. The thing about this part, is it just me? I can't help but find this part a little funny, because, I mean, it's obviously very dramatic, emotional, and adventurous, and very epic, of course, but to me, it ends up sounding a little bit funny because it's Bazel we're talking about, and he's annoying, and the developers certainly knew he would be annoying. They made him annoying, so to give him this music, it's like a slap in the face. And to me, I feel like this says something about Bazel's personality. He has no clue that he's an annoying little bastard. He's living his adventure, he's epic, and he's the main character of the game as far as he's concerned. We're all like, go away Bazel, you're not even in this quest, let me hunt my Raytheon in peace. And meanwhile he's like, da-na-na, behold my heroic splendor. It sounds very militaristic too. Listen to the snare drums, it's like a march, and Bazel has been compared to like a bomber plane. So maybe there's a connection there. Whoa. Okay, so there's something very interesting in the rhythm here. So what the composer did here is he changed the time signature of the song. And time signature in music just means the number of beats that repeat in a pattern throughout the song. Most of the music that you've heard probably this month is based on either 3 beats or 2. 3 or 2, it's very standard. Even Bazel's theme before this part here was a 4 beat meter, which is a multiple of 2. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But then when he gets to this part, he changes it drastically. I'm gonna show you. He changes it to a 7 beat meter. Check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So a 7 beat meter is extremely uncommon, very exotic, and this is a way for the composer to break your expectations and throw you off a little bit, because it gets repetitive, it gets predictable, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, repeating over and over. So when he changes to 7 like this, he's letting you know that this is not a walk in the park, you're actually battling a very dangerous monster. And we're back to the more heroic vibe. And he's doing something kind of common here in battle themes. He's using a pattern of question and answer. See, the first part of the melody goes like ta-na-na, ta-ta-ta-na-na-na. So it ends with a low note, and then the second part replies with a high note, and they keep going in this back and forth. And this is kind of a cute little way of portraying, you know, a battle. A battle is a back forth like this, you know, an opponent proposes an attack and the other opponent has to reply with an attack of its own. Cool. I'm so happy, guys, that you are enjoying this video so much and making a ton of suggestions. This is exactly what I dreamed for this channel, a community of people sharing the music from the games that they love, and that's exactly what we're doing. That's very cool. If you want to continue sharing the music from the games that we love, make sure to check out the reaction that I did to Valstrac's theme over here, and over here there's a playlist with all the reactions that I did to Monster Hunter music. Pick one of these and I'll see you there.